jolly good.
Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Clank Zoka. Welcome to another My Thoughts On. And today I'm going to be talking about Terkel in Trouble, requested by DJ Free Electrical. This is a film I've never seen before. I've heard of it, I've heard interesting things about it. All I know, it's an adult animated film and it has a UK dub, a US dub, and its original Danish dub also. And that's it really. It's created by, I'm going to try and say his name correctly, Anders Messen as a Madison. I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to pronounce the directors' names either because it's. I assume it's all Danish, really, because it is a Danish film, but it was, because it was made in, made in Denmark or whatever, and then it got a UK dub and a US dub as well, and I was just very interested in the film, honestly. And I did try to find a way to watch it. I tried to look online. There was nothing there until someone from a certain Discord server found or I think it was, I can't remember who it was. It was DJ, I think, yeah. He found a torrented version of the film, the UK version, I must add, on there, and this was literally this was after I ordered the DVD. Also, yes, there is a DVD for the film, but unfortunately, A, you can only get it from Amazon, and B, that's pretty much the only way you can watch it, really, as well. So, yeah, Terkel in Trouble. Also, did you know there's a musical to this as well? How popular was it in Denmark? Is this like the South Park of the country or something? That's insane. So yeah, I've never seen it. I saw images and I thought this looks like it looks like something from the 2000s, and I was correct. It definitely looks cheap and strange looking. So what's Terkel in Trouble about? And also, by the way, as you probably noticed, I will be talking about the UK dub because I've not seen the US dub. I'm not particularly interested in the Danish dub because I don't know, subtitles and stuff. You know, I'd rather just listen to the UK version because, I can't speak Danish, obviously. So it's about this kid named Terkel, and he's voiced by Adrian Edmondson, or Ade Edmondson. And he's just a little boy who goes to school, and he has a friend named Jason, who's voiced by Ben Bishop, who also voices the two bullies. And they both make fun of him because he's a kid who has braces and he talks like a nerd and he's a bit of a scaredy cat as well. And he keeps getting these like death threats and all these weird things happening, saying like stuff like you're going to die, and getting a bloody a brick or a tape thrown out his window or something like that, and someone trying to kill him, and he's just trying to warn everyone that someone's trying to kill him, and then a character dies, and then he keeps getting bullied, and then he wants to be with the bullies, and then this film is so all over the place. But you know what? Despite not being a Pixar film, it's exactly what you think it is. It's an adult animated film. What else do you expect from it? The humour has, how do I put it? It's South Park if it was British in this case. The story is really all about bullying and about what side to choose as well, and it's a good message, but the way the film executes it is rather shallow and very obvious as well, and it's quite entertaining, but I will admit at times it can be a little bit sad because I like the main character and I want him to go through, and I root for him, and also come to think of it, all the main characters are kind of pricks, but I'll get onto that in a minute as well. There's nothing new or fresh about it. The only thing that makes it stand out is that it's just an adult film. Just because a film is not made for children does not mean it's like anything new or different. Unless you can make it stand out, then possibly. In this film, to its credit, it does stand out in a very particular way. There are lots of very gory, very violent, very sweary scenes, and it's like about 90% of the film. The other 10% is none of that, but trust me, this isn't a film for kids. I can tell you that as well. It has good comedy thanks to the great performances by these well-respected actors. I think they all do a really good job, which I'll get onto that in a minute. And if it wasn't for this dub, I think the Danish dub would have been a bit hard to follow. An American dub, which I have not seen and I heard, it's pretty bad. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. So the comedy I really liked. It's very weird and strange and out there, but you know what? Kudos to them. I like it when adult animated films just go for it, go all South Park. Yeah, there might be like a penis there or showing some in private, but you know what? Not every animated film is for children, and I like how they just want to go further with animation and say, hey, look, we don't need children. This was kind of like the sausage party of the 2000s. You could possibly say that the film's kind of ahead of its time in a way, and to my knowledge, I think someone can correct me on this, but I think it's the first 3D animated film that's for adults. I could probably say it's one of I don't know if there was a 3D animated film that was for adults, at least before. Again, Sausage Party, frickin' Persepolis, Anomalisa, and all that. Well, Persepolis was 2D animated. Anomalisa was stop motion, and obviously Sausage Party's 3D. So I think this is the first 3D animated film that's for adults as well. And then there's also a twist in the film. I won't give it away, but knowing that this film's not really all about the writing, it's about the comedy and the shocking violence and swearing, it's not that surprising at all. And also there's a narrator, Barry, the music teacher, voiced by Bill Bailey. He comes in every now and then, and he can get a good laugh every now and then as well. Yeah, not much else to say. Despite being a very weak story that's just there, and it doesn't really need to be there. These characters could just do whatever they want, and it's fine. And the story is just sitting on a bench over there, while everything else in the film just gets up, goes to a party, and just has a fucking good time. Because this is a very entertaining story, even if the story is not all that relevant or all that important. There are songs in the film as well. It's a musical. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like Disney or anything. The music numbers are more like raps and swearing, and like, it's quite funny. There's one called, I think there's one called Piss Off and Die. There's the Uncle Stuart song voiced by Johnny Vegas called Help with Child. That's my favourite. And then there's the first song called Look at Yourself. All the songs are fantastic. Obviously they're not for kids and they've got sweary stuff in it, but it's all fantastic. It's really nice to listen to, and it's quite funny. I'm not actually going to lie at all. So yeah, I like the writing for the film, even if it's not amazing or it's quite predictable. It's a very predictable and sometimes quite slow film, and sometimes the gory, like the gory stuff and the humour can sometimes get old quite fast in terms of like, oh look, he swore, because an animated character usually doesn't swear. But mostly it's consistent, it's funny. I wasn't bored. I liked it, and the songs did keep it at a steady pace, and it was nice to listen to in a very comedic way. So yeah, despite its issues, I think the writing for this film knows exactly what it wanted to be, and in a way it did succeed at it. Maybe not in the way that I thought it would, but hey, I wasn't bored, so, you know, thumbs up. Animation. Now the thumbs go down. I know this was animated in Denmark. I know this was well, it was released in 2004, and the UK dub came out in 2006, which was 2 years after it got released, I would think. How do I put this? The animation has not aged very well at all, and also the animation is kind of crap. But to the film's credit, and you know, like I said before, it's not trying to be Pixar, but you know what? I'll give them a pass, because the animation, while it is dated and it looks quite ugly and very, it kind of has that advert like student project look to it, doesn't it? But it's actually not that bad of a film to look at. The characters have this very weird, disoriented, very wacky style to them that makes them look just odd and weird, but all in the right ways. Like Terkel looks weird, and Uncle Stuart looks fucking hilarious, but in a good way. Backgrounds are nothing amazing really. You know, you got the school, the house, the forest, and all that. And I will admit, there were a few times that the animation reminded me a lot of like a video game. And towards the end, and I won't get into too much detail, the lighting and the animation rendering, it did look a bit off. And I know this from 2004, but it has not aged well at all. And not to say it looks bad, but I've seen better, but I have seen worse. But to give them credit, it does look nice in terms of adult animated films. Despite how cheap it looks, it has a style that works in its own way. At times it reminded me of South Park mixed with Angry Kid, Bad Education, Restaurant, all these other adult stuff as well. So at least it did remind me of the stuff I want to watch as well. So it has a style that works, but maybe not exactly the best animation for that style. But it's decent. I can't say it's good. It's not Pixar, but it's better than like Video Bring Guido animation or something like that. And also, on a side note, and this is not really it's not really the animator's fault. It's not even really the actor's fault, but the dubbing. And this is not the actor's fault again, but the dubbing is actually not that good. I get it because it's made for a UK audience, but obviously you got to try and sync up your voice with what they're saying as much as you can. But it just you know, Uncle Stuart's okay, Terkel's okay, but Barry at times, the narrator's like, yeah, you can tell Bill Bailey didn't quite say what he wanted to say in how the film says it. And obviously in the film the characters say other things like tosser and mate and pounds. They say all these British stuff that doesn't quite fit in with the dubbing. And that's fine, and you know, you can get away with it as long as you know that, oh, it's actually an original, it's originally a Danish film. It's like, okay, the actors do get a pass for the dubbing, but it's like, yeah, it doesn't quite match. So yeah, the animation's not good, it's not bad, it kind of works in its own weird, unique way, but it's not the best I've seen. But hey, it's not awful, so I'll give him a pass for that. At least it has a style and it looks weird. It's good enough for me, I suppose. Characters and acting. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm just going to go out and say it. All the characters, and I mean all of them, are entertaining pricks. They're all unlikable, very mean and very gross, but they're very entertaining at it. Which, again, reminds me a lot of Angry Kid, because although in Angry Kid, there's Angry Kid, his sister, his dad, Specky, and the dog too, if you can count him, and, you know, in the show, even though Angry Kid's the main character, the rest of the main characters are either like too mean, too weird, and they all blend into one category, which makes the show work. And in this case, the characters in Terkel and Trouble are actually all as equally as funny, but also bigger pricks than each other. I mean, granted, Terkel, who's the main character, he's kind of like he reminds me, in this case, I suppose, he reminds me of, right, so you know, in films you get the bullies. You get the one bully who's big and tough, and you get the other bully who's like always, you know, naive or scared, but still a bully. That's what Terkel reminds me of, and he does act a bit like a bully in this film. But he is a very relatable character, because, you know, he's worried about stuff, and he wants to talk to someone, he gets easily scared, and he cries, and he does bully other people, but only just to be friends, and it's, yeah, I've kind of done that before, so I can relate into his shoes. And he's not a well-written character, he's a likeable main character, but also kind of a prick, but probably the most prickish, well, the less prickish person out there. My favourite character in the film, as you can see with what's on the screen right now, Uncle Stuart. Fucking hell, what a character. And not just because he's voiced by Johnny Vegas, but he is legit funny, entertaining, and he just reminds me of a stereotypical drunk uncle who likes to smoke fags, which is a slang word for cigarette, drink beer, and just swear a lot. He is so delightful, and his song is just my favourite scene. Pretty much any scene with him in it is my favourite, but the song is just amazing. His parents are also funny too. You got the dad who says no, and all he says is no. And if you're gonna watch the film, stick around for the end. They do the whole like Toy Story, Pixar like outtakes. Not as funny as the Pixar films, but quite funny. And what they do with his dad is also very funny too. His mum, who's voiced by Academy Award winning Olivia Colman. No, I'm not joking. She's in this film, and this was way, way, way before she won that Oscar. She's quite good, and her character is Terkel's mum, and all she does is, what else? Complain and smoke fags. Yep, this film is kind of a cliche, but a good cliche. His friend Jason is a good supporting character, although he can be a little bit annoying, like talking like a cool kid, innit? I like geezer, or I can't do it that well, but he talks like a bloody street kid. The two bullies, whose names I, for some reason, oh wait, no, they're here. I think Saki and Stan, I could be wrong. But the two bullies are quite entertaining, and they can be a little bit annoying and a bit mean sometimes, but entertaining, just like the rest. You got Barry, who's the school teacher, the music teacher. He's pretty entertaining, and he is a good narrator as well. You got Justin, who's likable in a way, I suppose. You've also got you got Doris, the fat girl, as well. All of them have a unique personality, and I know I said they're all prigs, but I say about 90% of them are, and the rest are kind of there, I suppose. But they're all entertainingly unlikable, but in a good way. And the voice acting, especially from the UK dub, is well done for the most part. Adrian Edmondson puts on a really pretty good naive voice for Terkel. Johnny Vegas, I mean, he's Johnny Vegas. He is always amazing in anything he's in. Olivia Colman does a really good job as Terkel's mum. Ben Bishop is really good as well. Bill Bailey. They're all fantastic. And the characters, although they may be unlikable, but at least they are entertaining, like the voice acting. Like I said before, the songs in the film are really good. I can't say the word. Well written. They're catchy, and they kind of have meme material. But I mean that in a good way. I can see this becoming a meme. I think it was a meme at one point, but if it was a meme again, sure, why not? Yeah, I really like the film. Yeah, it's no Pixar, and I wouldn't say it's like one of my favourite animated films, but, you know, for a low-budget, cheap-looking adult animated film, it's pretty good. Terkel in Trouble may not be a masterpiece, but for an adult animated film, and to my knowledge anyways, the first 3D animated adult film, again, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a lot of fun. Sure, it may be adult with its blood, gore, swearing, and all that, but the voice acting's really good, the characters are entertaining despite how unlikable they are. The animation has a style that looks amusing. The story's not exactly interesting, but competent. It's funny, it's dramatic, it really works as a very independently made adult animated film. However, the animation has not dated at all, and it is a very lackluster in terms of like, you know, texture and compared to like other films that came out within that year, like, well, in terms of the UK dub, Cars, Monster House, Happy Feet. It's obviously not the best looking out of them, but you know, it's at least the animation has a style to it that works, so I can't complain that much. And also, sometimes some of the characters can be a little bit annoying. So, if you like other adult stuff, comedy-wise, like Sausage Party or I can't think of it. Or I guess Persepolis, which is technically not a comedy, or you like weird Adult Swim stuff, you might enjoy this. I recommend you either watch the UK dub or the Danish dub if you want to learn about Danish stuff. I recommend the UK dub though because these people are fucking hilarious. I'll give it. What should I give it? I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. I don't think it's amazing, but I'm really glad I watched it. This was a really well, not great, but a pretty good film. It really is. So there you go, Terkel in Trouble. I have been waiting so long to watch this, and I couldn't find the right time to buy the DVD. But here we are. Thank you, DJ, for that request. It was really worth it. So what am I going to talk about next? Well then, that's for you to find out. If you have seen Terkel in Trouble, what do you think about it? Do you prefer the UK dub, the US dub, or the Danish original dub? Or the original film, I should probably say. Do you think they're good, bad, decent? Do you want to see either of them? Let me know below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, Uncle Stuart. I can't. Fuck's sake, I can't do Johnny Vegas, but also Uncle Stuart, best character. I mean, he's a fucking legend. I tell you that. Uncle Stuart, bloody hell. What a legend he is. That's all I've got.